Well, our seasons on Parenthood have been a little bit different. We started with 13 because it was mid-season. Then we did 22. Last year was 18. This year they ordered 15. So it's a, it's different every year. But certainly for the writers, I think doing 22 is really difficult. And I also am blessed in that Parenthood doesn't have the long days like some of these shows do. You know, we do 12 hours or less usually. So it's not. It hasn't been as much of a grind on that side. But I think that, because of some of the success on cable, I think that there's some more quality television happening on broadcast. Not that it wasn't there before, but I think that might have something to do with it.
When I started working as an actor, we were told, you know, if you could do 1 or 2 films every 3 years, that was awesome. Yeah. That was a great career. You know, that was the Robert De Niro career. That my father had a career like that, and I have to say, I think they were wrong. If I wanted to train to be a boxer, I'd be training every day. If I wanted to train to be a runner, I'd be running every day. For me, in the first few years of 24, I amassed a level of confidence that I had never had as an actor before because of the amount of work I was doing. That confidence transpired and transferred over to being able to try different things as an actor that I hadn't even really thought about before that. So for me, it's been an unbelievably positive thing. The workload, which I think a lot of actors who haven't done it before kind of shy away from. I think most people that I've seen who have taken it on have really embraced that. And on a personal note, I generally do better if I know where I have to be every day. So it's, yeah.
The real opportunity, I think, particularly in our television, is to, you get to, in a play, you're doing the same part of a character's life every night. In a movie, you're doing a slice of a particular point in his life most of the time. Particularly in our television series, you know you're going to be able to grow a character and make him change, and the things he does on screen are going to affect the choices he makes later on it. That, I've always found that really the most seductive thing about series work. I think it's unique in that way.
Certainly, the thing I miss most of doing a play or a film compared to something like 24 A Touch is that as an actor, I'm aiming towards an end. Yeah. You know, and if I know that end, I can manipulate whatever that conflict is that gets me to that end. To not have that knowledge makes you a little less committed to specific moments because you don't know if you have to turn left or right, which in itself is its own fantastic challenge and which makes it very interesting. But no, I'm a deep advocate that more the information, the better.
I've only worked on shows that were a weekly mystery. And I've just absorbed that as the way to work. And at first I resisted it because in the theater, you know, you want to know where you've come from and what the arc is and where you're going, all of that. But it's kind of freeing to just be in free fall, sort of, and just be floating through the scenes. And sometimes you're only getting the script maybe that morning or the night before, so you just roll with it, and that can be pleasurable too, and it absolves you of certain responsibilities.
I did a lot of interviews, of course, for Blue Bloods, you know, promoting it. And the other thing about knowing where the show's going or having a blueprint, you know, we don't know where. I've come to really enjoy the fact that I don't know what the end of the season is going to be, because in life we don't know that. Actors always want to know the ending so they can plan things, but sometimes you just don't know. When people say, well, what's going to happen next year on Blue Bloods, my answer honestly is, I have no idea. I just can tell you it'll get increasingly character-driven.
I do wish that there was a different production model, because I think the hours are just deadly. And not even so much for the actors as it is for the crew and drivers, people that are there two hours before the actors and 2 hours after. Yeah. I just wish that everybody, it's like something out of Dickens, really, the length of the week. And I don't know when people have time for families or socialization or a company feeling